Firstly, let's think about what Kohimarama means and why that name was gifted for this movement. Kohimarama is the gathering place of light. So it's the calling together of enlightened people. It's light, not heat. And it's generating, it's become a dynamo. It's generating its own energy. We have to empower the Rangatahi to come forward with their message, but most importantly, we have to resource them. And I'm not just talking putia, I'm talking the knowledge of the past. And I think that that picture on screen at the moment epitomizes what it is we're trying to do. We've got one precious planet. There ain't no plan B. So we need to resource from every quarter the Rangatahi to take that forward.
Almost 1.3 billion tons of food is wasted annually, which is enormous. Like it happens across the entire supply chain, from material extraction, food production, transportation, and then consumption. While we knowingly or unknowingly waste the food, another group of people, around 820 million of our own people, go to bed without food, which is extremely pathetic.
The most compelling, heart-wrenching part of the story was listening to the ambassador from Fiji explain the process of moving whole communities. And there was a point where he cried because he described how they would have to like unearth the graves and move the cemeteries to wherever the new villages were being relocated to.
And the word I wanted to share with you today is warrior, which in many Pacific cultures is someone who is a guardian, a steward, a protector, someone who protects our lands, our oceans, our customs, and our families.
So if Western science cherry picks the parts of the indigenous knowledge that it thinks will be beneficial for like combating climate change, it's going to fail, because the true value is not in the bites of knowledge, it's engaging with fundamental indigenous values. Appreciating indigenous worldviews and how they place you within your environment. So we need to redefine this relationship science has with indigenous peoples. So rather than Western science telling indigenous peoples what it wants from them, it needs to be indigenous peoples telling Western science what they want from it.
Be champions, be kaitiaki and guardians rather than gatekeepers of knowledge. Provide others with that new lens. And yes, it kind of keeps us with that onus of response and responsibility, but we're again creating a foundation that we can have transformative shifts and be able to achieve the vision that we want as Indigenous peoples.